Now, from the home of the 2026 Winter Olympics and streaming live on KWQC+, this is a KWQC TV6 News Update.
Welcome back to our Olympics special edition of KWQC+. Good afternoon, I'm Brianna Baylog. The 2026 Winter Olympics are being held in Milan, Italy, also known as one of the fashion capitals of the world. KWQC's Madeline Gillespie takes us to Geneseo, Illinois, where one designer is creating Milan-level wedding dresses.
Right here in Illinois, far from the runways of Europe, one local designer is crafting gowns with the same level of precision, creativity, and attention to detail.
So I knew when I opened I wanted to offer dresses that you don't see every day. And if I don't carry it, we can also make it. So I do work with a lot of brides bringing their vision to life that they can't really find on the rack.
Her custom pieces are what set her shop apart. And sometimes it's not just about fashion, it's about family.
This bride was one of my favorite custom projects to work on. Her grandma had passed away and left her a bunch of fabric and doilies, tablecloths, table runners, a bunch of random doodads. So she came in with a plastic tub just full of everything. So the front is the table runner, then there's part of a tablecloth, and then some linens that her grandma had left. And we used another tablecloth to make the train, which was really fun.
For Jenna, that kind of connection isn't just part of her work, it's part of her story.
Jenna Eden Designs was essentially created by my grandmother. She came up with the name when I was about 5 and gave me her old sewing machines when I was around 7 years old. She taught me how to use them and gave me some fabric scraps, and I was off from there. All I could think about while I was in school was getting home to sew.
That childhood hobby slowly turned into something bigger. High school dresses, college design classes, and eventually custom wedding gowns. And now, a collection of her own.
So this is the Eden dress, the first dress in my first collection. The collection is called Daydream, just because ever since I was really little, I would daydream in class, not really pay attention because all I wanted to do was design.
And hanging just a few feet away is a reminder of where it all began.
The J has fallen off, but I think I was maybe 6 years old. I was never a great speller, so everything is a little off, but that kind of adds to the beauty of it, if that makes sense.
The work may have grown since then, but the gratitude has too.
I feel very fortunate to be a young designer and business owner. I feel like a lot of people might not get to live out their dreams, so the fact that I get to is still mind-blowing.
Whether you're in Milan chasing 5 Olympic rings or right here in Geneseo celebrating just one, it's all about a moment years in the making. In Geneseo, Madeline Gillespie, KWQC TV6 News.
We're going to take a break now and get a look at our first alert weather. Looking outside right now, it is very beautiful. It's been a beautiful day, really nice temperatures. We're now joined with meteorologist Deanna Rodriguez, and we really can't complain much about this weather.
No, we've been very lucky. It's felt like spring the last couple of days. I mean,
Yeah.
The sun has been shining, but unfortunately, well, things are going to be changing in the forecast as we get into tomorrow. We're tracking not only the potential for storms, but also some snow in the forecast.
Oh, lovely.
So, we got a little bit of everything here in the Midwest. Taking a live look outside right now, we are seeing, well, plenty of sunshine, as that sun is going to be setting here in the next hour or so. But of course, still a little bit of some clouds, and those temperatures, they don't feel too bad. Matter of fact, if you are going to be heading out here this evening, those temperatures, well, they're going to be pretty mild. We've been in the 60s, and we'll be dropping into the 50s and overnight into the 40s and 30s. As we get back into tomorrow, another day with highs in the 60s. But of course, a strong cold front is expected to move through the area, and well, we are going to be seeing a lot of activity coming up in the next 24 hours. So we are going to be dealing with breezy conditions here throughout our day today. And as we get into tomorrow, like I mentioned, the possibility for some evening storms along with some snow at night. And then we are back into the 30s, more seasonable for this time of year. So do expect it to be a chilly weekend. Now we do have a red flag warning in effect until 8 p.m. So again, gusts could be anywhere from up to 50 miles per hour. So outdoor burning is not recommended. Now I'm sure a lot of people are wanting to know what exactly is going to be happening as we get into tomorrow. We will have a first alert day in effect from 3 p.m. until 9 p.m. A few storms could be, well, probably a little bit on the strong side, especially areas east of the Mississippi River. Of course, a lot can and will change, but we'll continue to update you here with the latest forecast. Now, as of right now, the potential threats could be the damaging wind, but we cannot rule out the possibility for some hail along with an isolated tornado. Right now, if we take a look at, we are under a level 1 out of 5 risk for areas south and east of the Quad Cities area. Right now, the low threat, like I mentioned, for hail and even tornadoes, but we don't want to rule that out. Do expect to see maybe some strong gusty winds here as we get into tomorrow evening. So I do kind of want to show you here on exact track what we're expected to see. So a lot of cloud cover will be building up into the forecast as we get into tomorrow. So do expect to be very cloudy. Sunshine is something that we are going to be struggling to see as we get around 10 a.m. areas south of the Quad Cities and west could start to see a little bit of some rain. As we get around 1 p.m. areas up to the north, we'll be seeing a little bit of some rain as well. We should catch a little bit of a break, and then around 5 and 6 p.m. that's when we're expected to have some scattered isolated storms, some of which could be a little bit on the stronger side. So of course we'll continue to monitor that. And well, after that system starts to clear up, you can see that behind it we'll start to see some of that snow around midnight, and of course that will then start to leave the TV6 viewing area around the early morning hours of our Friday. Now, as far as this maybe being something that could impact us, as far as the snow as we get into early Friday morning, not necessarily anything too major. There could be a little bit of some light dusting. As of now, snowfall totals could be anywhere, like I mentioned, a dusting, not necessarily anything that we want to, well, see majorly accumulate here across the area. It's going to be very important to have multiple ways to receive alerts. Even if this doesn't become a severe weather event, we still want you to be weather aware, whether that's to a radio. And as always, you can download the KWQC First Alert Weather app as we continue to update you here with your latest forecast. And here's a look at that 7-day forecast. Again, we're back into the 60s from one more day. First alert day in effect from 3 p.m. until 9 tomorrow. And then as we get into our Friday with that strong cold front, we're back barely making it into the 40s, and then we're back to pretty normal for this time of year. It won't be until next week when we climb back up into the 40s, and of course quiet weather as we get into this weekend.
Coming up, some local news stories and burn bans to look out for. As dry, windy conditions continue across the QCA, there are some burn bans we want you to make you aware of. All of Scott, Muscatine, and Clinton counties in Iowa and McDonough and Henry counties in Illinois are currently in a burn ban until further notice. There is nothing countywide for Rock Island, but select areas like East Moline, Port Byron, and Cordova are in a burn ban. The city of Aledo in Mercer County and the Rio Fire District in Knox County are also under a burn ban until further notice. You can visit your county or city websites for more information. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker delivered his annual budget address today. The proposed It totals $56 billion in spending in fiscal year 2027. During his speech, the governor touched on online safety for kids. The Children's Social Media Safety Act was introduced, which aims to decrease the harmful effects of social media on kids and improve their online safety. Governor Pritzker says he hopes this legislation can allow kids in the state to have the best upbringing possible.
It's a challenge unique to this generation, and it's made worse by the perverse incentive that social media companies seem to have to keep kids scrolling no matter what the cost to their physical and mental health. There's real harm being done, and it's interfering with our ability to give children the most productive educational environment possible.
The governor also introduced a new tax on social media platforms, a tax that he hopes will generate $200 million. Spoiler alert, Michaela Schifrin won gold today in the Olympic slalom skiing event, and she is among several Olympic athletes who have been under the watch of a Quad City doctor. Dr. Tom Von Gilrian is a local orthopedic surgeon who wound up as an official physician for the Olympic ski and snowboard teams. KWQC's Marsha Lenz spoke with Dr. Von Gilrian what it's like to work with athletes at the Olympic level.
As you might imagine, all of these skiers are really good, so they don't fall or have any injuries very often, but if they do, they can be severe and that sort of thing. So we are available to manage those situations.
Tonight at 6, watch Marsha Lenz's full interview with Dr. Von Gillern, where he tells the story of how he became an orthopedic surgeon for Olympic athletes. Coming up, get a look at Michaela Schifrin's gold medal run, plus the unexpected contender at the cross-country skiing course. We'll be right back. The last block, or do you have another break? Okay. The Northern Illinois native and Team USA are less than 24 hours away from their gold medal match against Canada. We got a chance to talk to her dad, Andrew Janicki, today, and you can imagine how proud he is of Tessa along with the rest of her family. Even though Tessa hasn't scored her first Olympic goal yet, Andrew says it's been special to see his daughter play fast and give her all to set up her teammates to get the spotlight.
Seeing like the speed that she plays at, like and like the physicality, speed, and the selflessness, just making plays and trying to set other people up with scoring opportunities. It's just, you know, you just know what kind of player she is.
Janicki and Team USA take the ice one more time at 12:10 tomorrow afternoon to try and finish their undefeated run to the gold medal. Now let's take a look at some of the highlights from today. Michaela Schifrin has won her first Olympic medal after an 8-year drought. Today, the women's Slalom, the last alpine skiing event for this year's Winter Olympics. Schifrin was in her first place after her first run. She just needed a clean run down the slope to bring home gold. And she nailed it. Clean all the way down, bringing home her first Olympic gold since she won the giant slalom in Pyeongchang in 2018. Taking a look now at the medal count for Team USA, sponsored by Ace Waterproofing and Basement Solutions. Team USA currently holds a total of 24 medals, 7 of them being gold, 11 silver, and 6 bronze. Currently leading with 33 total medals is Norway. Next is Italy with 26 medals, putting the United States in third. Behind Team USA is France with 17 total medals, and the Netherlands and Sweden both with 15. Now we're going to take a look at tonight in prime time. Speed skating, the men's team sprint final, and short track snowboarding, the men's slopestyle finals, alpine skiing, the women's slalom run, and the finals, and then the aerials for the women's finals. And also in hockey, the United States just defeated Sweden in overtime, so they will advance to the semis. And thanks so much for joining us